Yay, it's the Behind the Projector podcast. Intro. I am your host, Jack Vogt, the obsessed movie man. We have a stellar cast of characters here today. First off, let's welcome Billy. Billy, say hi.
Good to be back on the air, my friend.
Or should I say Alistair? Good old Alistair. I'm gonna introduce Sphinx now. Sphinx, if you have the chance, say hi. I don't know why I said if you have the chance, but Sphinx, say hi.
Hello.
Sparkle is with us. Can you say hi, Sparkle?
Hello.
And we have a new guest with us, Hale-Bop. Hale-Bop, say hi.
Hi.
Or do you,
Thanks for having me.
of course, do you prefer, just for clarity, do you want Halle or Hale-Bop or Bop Halle? Probably not the last one.
I think it's supposed to be pronounced Hale-Bop or Haley's fine. Either way's
I
fine.
am so sorry. I had
Hey, you know what? Either's fine.
one,
I'm not complaining.
I had one job to introduce the guest. Well, multiple jobs.
It's Look, I'm used to this, but by this point, it's perfectly fine.
All right, Haley. Uh, then for today's topic, we're going over favorite nostalgic cartoons. I think a lot of us, well, we all grew up on cartoons growing up as kids, and some of us still watch cartoons. And I forgot whose idea was it for this particular discussion, but this was the one that went one out, and it should be a fun one for today. So I think I'm gonna go. Let's just get into it. Billy, what is your favorite or one of your favorite nostalgic cartoons?
Well, for this nostalgic podcast, it was quite a list, but everyone had their pick and choose. So I decided to go with the sort of 80s, 90s classic, The Legend of Zelda cartoon series.
Well, excuse me, Billy. No, I'm sure we'll get
Oh.
into that. I'm sure we'll get into that. Now, Billy, tell us a bit about this cartoon.
Well, I'm sure many know or have heard of the Legend of Zelda video game. This was based off of said game, as Nintendo has a penchant for making half-baked projects, and this one is no exception. It is just the most campiest, cheesiest cartoon you could ever come across with the Legend of Zelda license attached to it. They and spoilers, Link actually speaks in this one.
Oh my God,
No way.
the elf boy speaketh.
It essentially comes down to Link being a whiny hormonal teenager trying to chase the princess, and she keeps saying, "And maybe next time."
That's a wonderful description.
And that's pretty much.
Yeah, I was about to
And
say.
if you think Doofenshmirtz was a horrible villain, or like as in a villain who can't get anything right, yeah, Ganon is worse than that
Oh,
in this series.
so
Oh no.
Ganon's not. Would you say Ganon's not portrayed well or goofy? Is he like Skeletor level of goofiness or not?
He's worse than Skeletor. At least Skeletor gets some stuff right. He just keeps failing all the time for the most dumbest reasons. He once got himself trapped in his own trap by his own goons because they rebelled against him.
Oh my God.
Oh
I
no.
think he also has ADHD, attention hyperactive deficit teleport disorder.
Oh my God. I was like, what is he? What is
Oh.
this? But now that makes sense. Like,
I was supposed to. Did I hear that right?
Yes,
I was about to say.
the
now,
amount of times he just keeps snapping his fingers, teleporting all over the place. I guess that's his means of pacing when he makes a plan.
I think yeah, it's coming back to me. I remember what you're talking about.
didn't they have a crossover? Didn't this show had a crossover with the Game Master?
Yes,
Like I only remember it for that show for reasons. But that's kind of it would have been cool if Zelda had a crossover with the because there was a Mario show, wasn't there, at the same time as this?
I think so. Yeah, live action though.
Ugh,
Ah.
Mario live action.
Wait.
There
Oh, I
was
think you're
a
thinking
lot.
of the movie. There was the animated series.
No, there was a live action one. It was the animated the animated one with the live action segments.
I
Yeah.
th y
Oh yeah, because they had the theme song. We're the Mario Brothers and Plummins are getting that thing.
Yep. Pretty much. Oh man. Well, the 80s had a
Oh.
lot of wacky Nintendo cartoons, and Legend of Zelda is no exception. They even had a proto Navi in this one, but she was actually useful and adorable. I forget her name, but she was the pink fairy who was always crushing on Link, but the poor thing was always sidelined because, excuse me, princess. That
So,
is his trademark sentence. Excuse me, princess. So many times you hear that. I mean, if you take a shot of Stephen King drinking game, yeah, you'll be hammered if you use this as a drinking game before the series is out.
how many times an episode
No.
he says that phrase?
Oh, a
Over,
lot.
I know he says it in the intro, I think.
Yep, he says it in the intro. I don't know how many. It depends on every episode, but he says it a few times.
Oh my gosh. I never had the pleasure of watching this show growing up. I've seen a few clips since my adulthood, and I think the concept of a Legend of Zelda show would have a lot of potential. It's just a shame that they went for camp.
Yeah.
I
Although
mean, well, it was the
although the camp probably makes it more enjoyable for you, probably, right, Billy?
oh God, does it ever?
But yeah, did you ever play the games by any chance? Or like no, or was this your
Yes, I did actually. It's how I was familiar with Legend of Zelda. My first one was A Link into the Past, all right, on the old Super Nintendo.
now I'm gonna have to
And that was my first introduction to RPG games in video game form, as well as the Legend of Zelda franchise. And I fell in love right away with the game.
and would you say this is probably a dumb question? Would you say this show is faithful to the games?
It's an adaptation.
It's not as bad as say like the Super Mario Brothers movie, the live action one.
No, far better than that.
It's a low bar, I know, but uh,
Yes, very low bar. Don't make a monkey out of everybody here, Jack.
No, no.
we need to discuss, I think we should discuss that movie one day, although that requires me to actually see it. I've never seen the Super Mario Brothers movie, though again,
Oh.
oh
There's
no.
some
Yeah,
moments.
thank you for the
Oh
idea,
no.
Jack, to put that in the roster for voting.
Oh no.
Add it to the movie list.
No. For the
Too
No.
late. Too late.
we're still hoping to do Batman and Robin one day. That requires
Oh, I cannot wait for that one. But anyway, sorry again,
back to
sidetrack.
link, back to link.
Yes, the
No.
Legend of Zelda cartoon definitely is campy as ever, but it's also just fun to watch if you want to enjoy some ridiculousness from the 80s.
It it sounds like a lot of fun. I wonder it's probably on streaming somewhere. I know it'll probably have a Blu-ray or box set or something, but um I actually would like to check that out, to be honest. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's a load of fun. I'm not sure where you can find it. Maybe on the Seven Seas. Arr.
I get it. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But yes, yeah. If you ever want a good laugh and just oh my god moments, just check out the show. It is hilarious.
Well, it sounds like a great recommendation. And if it's all right with you, sir, I think we're gonna move on to our next one.
Well, excuse me, Jack. All right, thank you for having me, Jack. Let's move on to the next one.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna give it to Sparkle. Sparkle, would you like to go next?
Oh Lord. Um,
Are you okay with me?
yeah, if I have to go next, okay, fine.
It
Oh Lord.
Sparkle has a special guest on screen with us. Maybe this will be in the thumbnail, maybe it's not. But Sparkle, would you like to say to the audience at home who is on your screen?
Well, yeah. This is uh this is Blue from maybe a little show called Blue's Clues.
I think this one, because you were wondering if this one counted. I think this fully counts. It has animation. It's nostalgic. It counts as a nostalgic cartoon. Because if we said it doesn't, we would have to be like those snooty people at the Oscars who said the Lego Movie isn't an animated film, therefore it does not get a Best Animated Picture nomination. Did you guys hear about that? Remember?
Did they really said that?
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's why it didn't get. That's why it didn't get a nomination for Best Animated Picture because it had some live action in it, and it so rightfully deserved to have won Best Animated Picture. That, but I digress.
Well, let me
Oh,
Yeah, that
to
is so
close that
lame.
little let to close that little one off. Let me quote a movie villain that sums it up perfectly. Oh, celebrities, what would we do without their sharp political advice?
I've
Oh
got,
boy.
I don't know what that one's from. Can you enlighten me, sir? What that quote is from?
Get smart.
How
the,
the movie?
Uh,
Oh, I completely forgot. It's been a while since I've seen it. Anyway, Spark,
oh,
let's talk about Blue's Clues.
okay.
Why did you choose this one specific? Was this your favorite growing up as a kid, or was there another reason for it?
Oh yeah, of course. It's been my favorite for a very long time. I actually watch it even now as an adult. Still, I watch cartoons sometimes. You know, because nostalgia,
Yeah, exactly.
nostalgia. Just because, you
Exactly.
know.
We still live in a glorious time where nostalgia is not frowned upon. In fact, we're actually going back and looking at things that we love so much back from our youth. And yeah, I'll watch stuff like SpongeBob now and then. But anyway, sorry. Who is actually on? Who was your favorite? Oh, I guess the term is host. Was it Steve? Was it the other two? I don't remember their names.
one was Joe. I know that much.
Yeah, it's Steve, Joe, and Josh.
Did you have a
Oh,
particular
okay.
favorite? Did you have a favorite host?
Oh, Steve, of course. I mean, I love the other two. Joe has Joe. I would say is more of the whimsical one. I
Mhm.
mean, they're all whimsical in their own rights, but Joe in particular is more associated with like fairy tales to me because he's been on a lot of episodes with a lot of fairy tale stuff added to them, so that's why I say so. And Josh, I do like Josh. He's got like a nice quirkiness to him, but Steve is top notch. I mean, he was the original host. He's silly, he's goofy. He does a lot of different voices on the show. He's amazing.
Did you guys know he has a TikTok that he does where it's like Steve listens or something like that? Do you guys have you ever seen
Yep,
it?
I follow that account, and I actually did a video duet with one of his videos actually,
Oh,
with another plushie that's not
Oh,
with me at the moment, but yeah, I did.
those videos that he posts are so relaxing and so feel good. It feels like you're in a Bob Ross kind of thing or a Mr. Rogers kind of
Hmm.
segment. But anyway, did you have a favorite character? I guess Blue would be is Steve. It's hard to top though, but did you have a fa what did you like about the show in general, is what I'm trying to say.
I just love how fun they are. Really, it's just they're all just so much fun, and you know, uh, there's lots of crazy stuff that happens. Lots of running around, looking for clues, um, and Steve just not sure where to go. Oh, where's Blue hiding? Where's she hiding?
So
Where'd she go?
it's kind of like a fun interactive show. Like I
Oh
know
yeah,
it's kind of like I love it's like I would call it a precursor to Dora the Explorer where Dora would talk to the audience. And it's like an interactive
yeah,
type of show. I'm sure there's
yeah.
been
In a way, it's also kind of a game show as well.
exactly like you have to, if I remember correctly, you have to figure out the three clues and that gives the answer to what Blue is trying to say, correct?
Correct.
It took, man, I can't believe I barely remembered that because I used to watch it all the time. Um,
Yeah.
but was that your, because it was Nick Jr., right? It was still before the Nickelodeon stuff would air. Was this your favorite Nick Jr. show growing up?
Yeah, I would say so. Why
But
are you looking at me like that?
for those who can't see, Sparkle's talking to the dog. That's just remember thumbnail. But we'll get the picture. But did any of you
Oh,
guys,
she's definitely in the thumbnail for sure.
She will be, I'm sure of it. Haley, did you grow up with this show?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I think one of the like for some reason one of like my strongest like clearest memories of watching this show is that it taught me the names of like really specific colors that you don't even hear about. Because like, there was obviously there was magenta, and then I remember I forget most of it. There was a color song or something, and they mentioned ones like chartreuse and vermilion.
Oh my
And
God.
like
Yep, I know which episode you're talking about. I know the exact episode.
oh my gosh. Yeah,
That's one of my
that
favorites.
I forget what it was called though, but like yeah, that was like 4 year
Colors,
olds over here knowing
colors
about
everywhere.
I remember when they introduced paprika, which was the first time I had ever heard that word before.
Yeah.
that too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like,
like growing up, oh yeah, I'm sorry, but like calling a bucket a pail, I think they did. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Shovel and pail. Yeah.
And the color periwinkle too, because of the little cat.
Yes. Oh, I adore Periwinkle so much.
Yeah,
I
he's
He's
will,
so
so
cute.
cute.
I will say, to this day, I will, whenever the mail comes, to my dog. Because my dog loves going through the mail. My dog is kind of weird because my dog loves the socks and the mail. Anyway, I'll hum that song to my dog, the
Oh
mail
my
song or the mail time song, and she gets so excited when I sing that song. Or maybe it's because she knows the mail's there, either or. But I just remember always singing that song with my mom as a kid, and I'll occasionally hum it to my dog now and then to this day.
Oh my goodness.
God, that's
That's
sweet.
fun.
Um,
I'll admit, I think I had that song in playing in my head the whole time as we've been talking about Blue's Clues. I think.
They had a lot of fun songs. I remember the opening song,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
but it's a very good choice that you have Sparkle. I think that's a really good choice. I'm glad you picked this one because we're talking about nostalgic cartoons, shows, memories, and this brought up a lot of good nostalgic memories.
Yes.
Indeed.
Is there anything else you or anyone else would like to add to this one?
Uh, actually, yes. I also really like that they include like references to other stuff as well. Like in one episode, they did like a tribute to Mr. Rogers.
Oh, they did.
Uh, yes, it was an episode with Joe, and it was called the Neighborhood Festival, I believe.
Oh,
That was a show. Maybe we'll talk about nostalgic shows in general one day. Mr. Rogers is
Yeah.
love to bring up.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. And yeah, so they did that, and there was also Steve. Also, like I said, Steve does a lot of different voices. He also um did like tributes to other celebrities, like Elvis. His Elvis impression was very funny.
Like you can't go wrong with a good Elvis impression. I'm a little surprised
Yeah.
they put it on a kid's show, but Elvis counts as a kid show. Kid, not kid show. A character. Oh, we're talking about the ABCs. Ho 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 ho. Why did I sound
That'd be
like Johnny
funny.
Bravo instead?
I
That's,
mean,
that's
yeah.
funny.
But yeah, yeah, I that sounds like this brought back a lot of memories.
Yes.
Um, so I guess we're gonna move on to the next one then. Um, Sphinx, do you have a favorite nostalgic cartoon that you grew up with, whether it be your all-time favorite or one of your favorites? And I'm so sorry, it's probably not it.
That's all right.
It's the animated
In
series.
Oh my God.
that would be really good, actually.
There you have a
I'd watch
show.
that.
You have a show completely faithful to the book.
Well, in lieu of it, I have a show that kind of weirdly goes along the same lines, kind of,
Okay.
with Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go. Now, why did you pick this one Why was this one your favorite?
So, I grew up watching Courage since I can remember, but it was one of those shows that I would watch with my dad, and to this day, he will still bring up certain episodes that scared me when I was a kid. So it just kind of like has that nostalgic vibe for me just because it's still super relevant in my life today. It's just kind of always been there. So I had to pick it.
That one also scared me. I think I watched one or two episodes and I'm like, I'm done. Not because I thought it was bad, but it terrified. And it's ironic that you picked this one because I think the guy who played, what's his name, Eustace? Eustace? I
Yeah,
Yes.
Eustace.
he just passed
You
away.
stupid dog! You made
Yeah,
me look bad!
I
Well,
think.
I think there was three guys that played Eustace.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Oh.
I
know that.
think so. One retired, I think one passed, so maybe the third one just passed.
Oh, okay. I would never guess
Oh.
'cause he's okay. I'll let you go. Sorry. Did you ever did you have a favorite episode of Courage?
Oh, that is such a hard question.
Thank you.
I I think I have to go with the one, I can't remember the actual episode name, but it's the one with the Egyptian curse and the slab and everything. It was so scary, but I have to do an honorable mention to the Harvest Moon episode with that like head thing. That was so scary. That's one of the ones my dad will tease me about still.
I know about the slab through the memes. Is that what the
King
weird
Ramses, yeah.
is it the weird guy?
Yes.
Is that him? I'm not sure, but it's hard because there's so
Yeah, it's like he's kind of got the ropes flowing in the wind and he's like tannish with the biggest
Man
head.
comes to
Yep, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, and he like brings the plagues and everything because Eustace can get money from the slab, but he's like, no, I'm not giving it back to you. I want money.
God.
What's your offer?
I
It's so fresh in my head. I'm sorry.
I
love
Someone
it.
that
It's so
breathes,
good.
someone that
And
breathes
it's
flag.
crazy.
Hmm, I must
And it's
admit,
honestly so crazy how many episodes of that cartoon are banned.
They're banned?
Oh
Yeah, there
no.
are like a few that are like banned, then some that are like completely edited down. Another one of my favorites, I have so many favorites episodes, but it's called The Mask, and it's such
Oh.
a insane episode. It's about like a cat is like escaping her abusive boyfriend who's like a dog, and she runs away with the girl, and it like has a lot of implications to it and stuff for a kids show. And they pulled it, and it's one of my favorite episodes of Courage because it's just so insane.
I do remember hearing about this one at least. I don't think I saw it, but
Mm.
I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, I
It's
definitely don't
super
remember
heavy.
watching it either.
Like, I remember vividly the one that goes into what happened to Courage's parents and how Mario met.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Like,
don't give me flashbacks to that
there are
one.
so nostalgic shows that feature sad dog stories between that or Futurama. I think The Simpsons
Oh,
had one too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Too many for my liking. Um,
Honestly. And like the perfect episode where Courage has like a mental breakdown because he's trying to be perfect because Eustace has put him under so much pressure and he hallucinates that teacher.
I remember this one. That's the one where like the weird little fish thing tells him.
oh God.
Yes. The like dream that he has.
Did anyone else grow up on Courage the Cowardly Dog also? I think Billy, you were gonna say something, weren't you, or did I mishear that?
no, I wasn't going to say anything. No, to answer your question, I haven't seen Courage.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing out. Like, I
Meh.
think, oh, sorry, Sphinx.
I obviously recommend it. I think it's really good.
Like, I'm gonna take your word for it. Maybe I'll try it again. I just remember, I think my introduction was the one where Hughes turns into a chicken man.
Okay, that's a unique one. I recommend the King's Ramsay Curse episode, or oh, there's so many good ones. There's one with like Eustace gets kidnapped by a mermaid and she takes him underwater, and Courage has to like Courage has to like get him through the puddles and stuff. But and I very vividly remember the scene where Courage is like swimming up and the portal's closing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this shows why I have anxiety.
I can imagine anyone who watches the show would come out of it with heavy amounts of anxiety.
Yeah, I was like rewatching a few episodes today, getting ready for the podcast and everything, and I was like actually anxious while getting ready. And I was like, wow,
Mhm.
this is insane. What the heck?
There's a good level of suspense in each episode, especially when it comes to the fact that isn't it that Mario and Eustace never really are aware of the danger that's going on?
Yeah.
Occasionally, I think.
Like, geez, that's a good pick. A lot of the Cartoon Network shows were really good.
Honestly, especially in that era.
Yeah,
But
that
so super random side note, just because it's so funny to me. Does anybody remember the Cartoon Network After Dark where they drew all of the Cartoon Network characters in like real world, like the laundromat or like alleyways or like convenience stores, and it was like real life imagery superimposed with the cartoons?
I
Yep.
don't remember this. Haley, you remember this?
Vaguely, yes. I think they've kind of brought it back a little somehow, but yeah, it's a little bit.
I
I
like
don't have much input though.
I I very kind of vaguely remember like Ed and Eddie got kidnapped and they were in the back of a trunk.
Okay, that I don't remember.
I
I,
pro I'm gonna find this and I'm gonna like send it because this is I
I
promise this is a thing.
I remember Ed and Eddie. That was I debated putting that on. I've been looking at some Ed and Eddie clips in recent days. That
That
was
would have been a
Sure,
good one.
sure that wasn't one of their acid trips.
There were too many. In Ed and
They
Eddie
did
and
those?
Current, both shows. Cartoon Network in general had a lot of those trips, sir.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, did you Canadian? Did they not have Cartoon Network up there, or did you just not grow up on Cartoon Network?
What channels do you have? That's so interesting.
Actually breaks that.
What do you have up in Canada other than maple syrup and corn?
You
I don't know.
don't you have
Is it just like hockey on every channel?
Oh
And
no.
if there
Serious?
was, I wouldn't be watching TV.
Do you have Total Drama Island? Don't you
Fair.
have
Oh, that
No,
was
you
so
see, we did
good.
have Teletoon, and we also did have other channels and such. But one thing we did have that I don't think you guys had was YTV. That was the Canadian channel.
I've not heard of this. No.
Uh,
Oh.
Yeah, it was later in the evening. That's when they would play the anime, back when anime was good. Oh, shots fired.
Ah!
Uh, as well as cartoons, not like Teletoon. They would have the Adult Swim, where it'd be the more mature cartoons and stuff. But then they would also have Teletoon Retro down the road. But no, they wouldn't. I YTV was a mixed bag of like anime, live action, cartoons, and all that kind of stuff. It depends on what you were watching at the time of day.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to have seen.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't too bad.
Oh,
Um, Actually, fun fact: because of Teletoon Retro, that gave me access to watching the Batman Adam West series.
oh,
Oh.
like that's not bad. That puts up a lot of points right there, sir. Um, but yeah,
Oh, well, thank you so much, my friend, for adding points there.
there we go. There's the Riddler. Sphinx, before we move on to the next topic, is there anything else you'd like to add about courage?
um, no.
No.
No, we can just forget about courage. No,
I'm
It's like that.
good.
It's fine.
it's a
Movie
good choice.
courage.
I think it was a great.
Vibrant.
I think that was a great choice, Sphinx. That brought back a lot of memories as well.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. I appreciate it.
Now, Haley, do you have yours prepared?
I really hope so. Um, it was kind of a tough choice, honestly, because this was a fall like something to fall back on just in case. But all right, this I guess it needs no introduction. I decided to go with SpongeBob SquarePants for mine. Um,
All right, that is the basically at this point the king of Nickelodeon. So
pretty much,
I
yeah.
understand. I think I understand, but I'm going to ask anyway. Why SpongeBob?
Honestly, Well, yeah, because I grew up with it, and not just because I grew up with it, it was one of like the earliest memories of like watching TV. I was like, oh, that was on there, and there were others, and now it's just kind of I know it's had its ups and downs, but it's always and forever just going to be my comfort show, just like my go-to. Anything that like put something on in the background, just let it be SpongeBob, even if it's not that great of an episode. Then just I forget where I was going with this.
Like SpongeBob especially. Well, first off, I remember when it first aired, and it counts as nostalgic, even if it's still playing. It came out in the 90s already. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Um, I remember when it aired, I think with Fairly Odd Parents, or maybe Fairly Odd Parents aired with Invader Zim. It was something like that, but I don't remember. But I remember the first episode I ever saw was the one where they're doing the board game, the Flying Dutchman board game, and
Oh,
that was a lot of fun.
oh, arg, that was a really good one. The whole ship is underwater, Captain. That's such a like a slept on joke. But yeah, that's that the humor, the comedy, the writing in that really had like a huge impact on my sense of humor, I believe. Um, that's season one in and of itself. I really like that little era of what that just that one short little funny enough like pun intended bubble of that hand-drawn cell painted cell animation. There's something about that because like the whole rest of the series is digital.
Yeah,
I kind of wish a little more of it was hand painted. There's just something about it that has that sort of,
innocence kind of.
I guess, yeah, that's just the way the backgrounds are done and the way the characters move and they look and the color. I'm gonna I might just go off on a whole if you don't stop me, I might go off on a whole tangent about like the artistic side of it because like just the backgrounds, the way they're done, all that color, the way
There's a lot of good
I
close-up shots. When they have extreme close-ups on
oh
characters,
yeah.
they're like paintings, really.
Oh, absolutely. All that effort just for like a couple seconds of screen time. My goodness.
Did you have a favorite character growing up, and why is it probably Squidward? No, I'm kidding. Or maybe it
Well,
is.
I mean, Squidward was hilarious. I won't lie.
Who was it?
I mean, Squidward was hilarious. I won't lie. I guess maybe call me cliche. I think SpongeBob was probably just my favorite because I feel like I could, even as a kid, I could relate to him the most. I remember the one episode when Squidward was pretending to be a ghost just to mess with them. He Squidward's like, play me an elaborate song with a tissue. SpongeBob's like, I don't want to disappoint. And like he's, already beaten down by all the other stuff Squidward put him through. And he's trying and he's like starting to cry. He's like, I can't do it. And as a kid, I'm like, wow, that hits home because you're only just a little child. There's only so much you can do. And when you can't do something or figure it out, or maybe it was just me personally, I'm like, oh man, this is so disappointing, I suppose.
Do you remember at least the first Christmas special they did? The Santa, I think it's called Santa Who.
Oh yeah, Christmas Who. That was oh man. That was good.
That has such a great. Still working the fry cookie, Squiddy.
SpongeBob, you can't hold up the line now. Serve the Krabby Patties.
Now I'm gonna play one off of you, Billy. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horse radish is not an instrument either.
Kicking? I want to do some kicking. What?
Oh.
I think that's the thing about SpongeBob, especially in our group or like our age bracket. You even to this day, you can pull out some random quote, and people will know exactly what you're talking. Like my favorite quote from SpongeBob. I'm gonna ask you all yours if you've seen the show, of course. My favorite one is from the SpongeBob movie where Squidward says, "Too bad SpongeBob's not here to enjoy SpongeBob not being." Did you guys have, even if it's not your all-time favorite SpongeBob quote, did you guys have a favorite SpongeBob quote? I'm asking everyone in general. No shame if you don't have one, but if you had one of your favorites.
I can't remember the exact wordage, but it's when Mr. Krabs is talking about, like, let me play a sad song on the world's tiniest violin. I love that one.
Is it serious, Mr. Krabs? No, you should be.
Oh no.
Billy,
It's
Haley,
so good.
Markle, did you guys have one growing up, or did you have a quote that you really like?
Funny enough, I even though it's my subject, I can't come up with anything.
It's hard. It's a very hard one because there's a lot. Billy, why is yours favorite a Squidward one, probably? Is yours a Squidward one?
Oh, I never really thought Squidward as a grump, especially growing up. And then you're looking back on Squidward, it's like, dude, you are a mood. Especially for those who've worked in food industry. It's like, yeah, we get you, Squidward. We get you.
Have you guys seen the meme where it's like when you're a kid, you identify with SpongeBob, but when you're an adult, you identify with Squidward? So it's like,
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Also in the SpongeBob movie too, Mr. Krabs, why did you open up a Krusty Krab too? And he says, money. That is the perfect meme for. So why is there another sequel trilogy or something? Money.
I love
Isn't
Mr.
that ironic? That's a,
Exactly.
that's another like
Exactly.
childhood relatable connection. My dad, what his boss, like growing up, I think he still works with him. He he would like Mr. Krabs would do something greedy or just money or something, and my dad would be like, "Oh, that's just like my boss," because apparently he was just like Mr. Krabs.
Oh.
He's
Thinking about it, he does kind of look like a human version of Mr. Krabs, I think, a
that's
little bit.
Oh. Oh
And I
no.
mean that in an endearing way, I promise.
I hope so.
He's a good man, I swear.
I love Clancy Brown as Mr. Krabs so much. You forget he's been played diabolical characters like Lex Luthor, and then you got the SpongeBob. Save me, Mr. Squidward.
Climb, Mr. Squidward,
Oh,
climb.
Clancy Brown is a treasure.
He is. Like if he's not in
Oh.
Highlander or Clone Wars, he's in something like he's still I love that he's still doing SpongeBob to this day.
oh
Me
yeah.
Jack,
too.
I have a brilliant idea. Speaking of Clancy Brown, I'll message you later out of so we're not taking up time with the video chat here. But it involves a voice acting challenge,
Oh.
Oh.
or more of a voice acting project. But anyway,
All right.
Hmm.
Haley, is there anything or anyone else also want to add on to SpongeBob before we move to the last one? Okay. No, I guess that leaves just me then. No pressure. I'm a little surprised no one brought this up, especially since a lot of us are Batman fans. And with that, you probably know where I'm going with this. 90s Batman the Animated Series. That was such a big
Oh.
it was hard to pick between this one and Avatar: The Last Airbender because they're both such fantastic shows with great animation, great characters. I think maybe this is a controversial statement. I'm not really sure. I think Batman the Animated Series has the best depiction of pretty much all his rogues and all his characters. Would anyone agree, disagree? I'm not quite sure. We'll see what the comments think of that one, I guess.
I say
I agree.
Batman the Animated Series is one of the absolute best animated Batman shows. It has the grit and feel of the 90s, but it still is it is for kids, but it treats the audience like they're smart and
Yeah,
addresses various topics like the nuance between darkness and light, good and evil, how Batman goes through being someone who loses friendships, like, for example, Harvey Dent.
yeah.
It plays on that, but it's not afraid to show kids that this can be dark reality. Suck it up.
They
And I love that about 90s stuff because it isn't afraid to show kids the darkness as much as it is the light about life. And kids need that. I think I speak for everybody when I say I'm sick to death of hearing, oh, it's a kid's show. It doesn't have to be smart.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And they deal with heavy topics like not just the obvious ones like Mad Love with the abusive relationship between Joker and Harley. I remember there was an episode, I think it was called Appointment in Crime Alley, where they deal with poverty and how Batman and Bruce Wayne they want to help people, but they realize they can't help everyone. And they deal with so many topics like you said with Harvey Dent, which is a lot of these characters were either reinvented or introduced for this show. Like people, the prime example is Mr. Freeze, which Heart of Ice is probably my favorite episode of the series. Like how they
Oh, Heart
redefine,
of Ice.
yeah, how they redefine Mr. Freeze and he is now what we know him today. How they introduced Harley Quinn, which might be another topic for a podcast at one day. Hint, hint. Um, like people forget Harley was introduced in this show. It's just oh, and of course the talent. Everyone was such a great voice acting talent, but of course Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy as Joker and Batman. Who Billy? Who was the person who was supposed to play Joker originally? I'm sure you know this one.
As much as I despise the Joker, this is actually a fun fact because I am a big fan of him, of course. The great Tim Curry was supposed to originally be Joker.
Yeah, they had a
Are
few,
you serious?
yeah. There was a few episodes, or like they did some recordings, but then they discovered he was quote unquote too scary. And then
Oh.
they did have some audio that was released recently, and it's hard to go with that voice when you're so used to Mark Hamill playing the Joker now. Like Mark Hamill, we know him now as the perfect voice for the Joker. I think Billy, you can agree with that, even though you don't care for the character all that much. Correct or no?
No comment.
All right, fair. Well, the thing is, when you hear Tim Curry, it's just such a tonal whiplash when you hear that voice coming out of Mark Hamill's Joker. But also, I think special props should go to the art direction, the art of the art in the show, but also the music. The music is so great and it goes far beyond what is really needed for a kid, I know, a kid's show. And one of the things I appreciate or I'm surprised by because this came out around the same time as 90s Spider-Man and they used real guns in this show, which I always would assume the censors would have said no to. But and I bring up Spider-Man because they had like laser guns and all that. Yep, exactly, Billy. Phil. He is what with his little finger guns. What about you guys? Did any of you grow up on Batman the animated series? Did you have thoughts on Batman the animated series?
I confess I did not grow up with it in the slightest, but I can definitely appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, it definitely redefined a lot of Batman's myths, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen an episode or two, Haley. It's pretty good. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sparkle, you've seen it or not much, or some of it a little bit?
Yeah, I've definitely seen like a few episodes.
Nice. Like it's a really good show. Billy, how did you feel about we have some time, but Billy, did you like Riddler? The handling of Riddler? And I'll ask Sparkle and Sphinx this too because they're also Riddler fans.
I have to say, this is the best interpretation of Riddler I've ever seen. I only grew up with the Jim Carrey Riddler, and then I moved to Frank Gorshin's. But then when I got a chance to watch the animated series, and I see for the first time the Maze of the Minotaur episode, and it shows this methodical, calculated, essentially the polar opposite mirror or mirror reflection of Joker. Because lore-wise speaking, Riddler and Joker are very similar, but they're mirror images of each other.
Yeah.
Whereas Joker is bombastic and in your face, Riddler is cunning but reserved. And that's the depiction I really like about them, not being a Joker knockoff, but a Riddler. But Riddler is a conniving, clever, scheming guy. And this version really hit his character on the head. And there's also just this is how you would structure a Riddler episode. Like, and I noticed this myself being a Riddler fan. Shocker. Speaking of Riddler, I am wearing my Riddler shirt.
Oh my God.
Hey!
Perfect time.
There's even a detail that when he's in the control room of the power plant, if you look closely, the shadow of the guard he has bound up is a question mark.
Oh my gosh. There's so much
What?
great artistic detail throughout every episode. I would never have that you kind they're like Easter eggs kind of in a way.
Oh, definitely.
like Sphinx, Sparkle. Not sure Sparkle if you see because you only said you saw a few episodes. Did you ever see? Because you met John Glover, didn't you? You met the voice
Yes, I
Riddler.
did.
How did he do his Riddler voice or no? Or did you at least talk to him?
I did. I got the chance to talk to him, and oh man, it was unreal. He was really nice.
I'm very jealous of you because he's like Billy. He's my favorite depiction of the Riddler as well.
Oh
Sphinx,
yeah, mine too. Honestly.
like Sphinx, did you ever quick thoughts on the John Glover interpretation of the Riddler? Because I know we did a podcast a while ago with our thoughts on Riddler stuff. Did you ever see the John Glover Riddler episodes?
Yes, I did. I actually enjoyed them quite a bit. I do wish there was more, but I understand, I guess, the reasoning why they didn't do more of them. But I thought they were good. I think I enjoy the Arkham Riddler just a bit more, but I just have a soft spot in my heart for him because he was technically my first one outside of Frank Gorshin.
That's fair.
But yeah.
Well, okay. I'll just say one more thing about Batman the Animated Series.
If I may add on to that,
Oh
Jack,
yes, of course.
before we close out on your final statements for the animated series, I know the reason why they didn't do Riddler episodes or more of them.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's because they couldn't figure out how to make smart episodes of the Riddler.
Yeah. Like I
Wow.
said, he was like a complicated character to write for, right, or something along those lines.
Oh yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah, sure. Complicated. I could do that in my sleep.
Oh, like I think my favorite episode with him was Riddler's Reform, where I think that's the one that tested a lot of the mind games with him. And also it was just a great episode overall. But I also loved, and last thing I'll say, and then I'll close it out on my pick. I love Mask of the Phantasm, that movie that came out that didn't get a lot of attention, but I think it's gotten a cult following, and people even debate it as being one of the best Batman films. But that's all I'll say. I highly recommend the animated series and even throw in Batman Mask of the Phantasm. That's my pick. I think we covered a lot of ground on our favorite nostalgic cartoons. We got Courage, we got Blue's Clues, we got Excuse Me, I mean Legend of Zelda, and we got
Well, at
like
least we don't have a bat credit cards.
that's a discussion for another day. So I think with that, if everyone's all right, unless they have something else to say, I was going to close this podcast, but unless you have anything else, anyone? Okay. So this was kind of a shorter podcast of what we've done. This will probably come out after Baldur's Gate Part 2, which we're still working on. We're still working on the Part 3 by the time this comes out. So you know where to find us. Actually, Hallie or Haley, I'm
Mhm.
so sorry. Haley,
Either's fine. It's okay.
is there any links or places we could find you that you like to shout out or not particularly?
I guess maybe I'm on Instagram. I think it's the same as like, TikTok and anything else I might possibly I have to literally I'm on it all the time and I have to check. Yeah, Little Miss Hale-Bop on Instagram, I guess. I
Okay.
don't really do much on there yet, to be honest, but that's all I got.
All right. I can put the links in the comments if you like.
Much
All right.
appreciated.
Guys, I hope you all have a pleasant evening or morning wherever you are in the world. Well, I know it's evening right here. Anyway, until the next one, have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Take care.